Yep, it's beginning. Coach Prime's name is about to start ending up in a lot of jobs, especially one that just dropped because he, in a way, has ties that when you put all the dots together, makes sense for them to mention it. But I'm going to just say this up front. Prime ain't going nowhere. He loves Colorado, and he's talked about it numerous times. So let's talk about why Prime ain't going nowhere here on the Prime Time for College Football, a Hog Media production. Thank y'all for pulling up. Your host, Jay. Appreciate y'all pulling up to the channel. So Prime's name is, of course, coming up in a lot of jobs that are going to start opening up. This isn't the last time you're going to hear it. It's probably one of many videos I'm probably going to talk about to remind fans to pump the brakes. You're good. Prime ain't going nowhere. But this one is very intriguing because, like I said, there's actual ties in this situation. So let's go ahead and pull up the first thing that popped up and that kind of got us really talking about the situation. So as I'm scrolling the internet, this bad boy pops up here from Arkansas's Sports Illustrated page, and another polarizing coaching figure on the short list for the Razorbacks job. All right, so as y'all know, SEC job, Arkansas. They fired Sam Pittman over the weekend after the Notre Dame debacle. And so, of course, the conversation is still going up that, could Coach Prime end up going to another place? When I looked into it, I'm like, nah, there's no chance he's going to take the job at Arkansas, even though it could be, a solid one because it's Arkansas. It is I guess you could say it's an SEC job, but why would Prime leave Colorado to go there? Well, the reason why his name is being tied so much to it is a couple of things. Number one, Prime has actually interviewed for the Arkansas job before he took the job at Jackson State. The athletic director, Hunter, Yurachek, he actually interviewed Prime before he hired Sam Pittman, who's coach that just got fired. Fascinating, right? So there is a connection there. And so since he did that, he was like, okay, there's a possibility that he may try to circle back, mainly because the AD Yurachek really liked Prime. Like, he really liked Prime. He thought he was very impressive. He thought that he knew his football, of course, and he thought that he could be a viable candidate for the job. Well, Prime, of course, did not get that job, and they wanted him to get more coaching experience. I think he also needed to get his degree, but I think he already did that before he took the Jackson State job, but I digress. Prime did not end up getting said job. And so because of that, Prime's at Jackson State, does really good. Then he gets the job at Colorado, does well, turns the team around from 1 wins to 4 wins to 9 wins and gets another extension because he does so much for the economy there. So it makes sense. Well, from there, the conversation is turned back to Prime in this job. First reason is because the AD's already interviewed him, but the second reason is because of the money behind this school potentially that could make it happen. Let's talk about what that is. But first, shout out to our partners over there at Sleeper. If you're not using it for daily fantasy football or just daily fantasy sports in general, you are missing out. Sleeper's got some of the best options out there, more than any other daily fantasy sports site, period. So you pick 2 or more players, more or less on their statistics, and boom, you got a chance to win up to 1,000 times the money that you play. Make game days into paydays. So check them out. Use our promo code PRIMETIME, and if you deposit $100, they're going to give you $100 match you. Can't beat that. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. So, as we know, as I mentioned a minute ago, that the Arkansas job being open, the athletic director, Hunter Yurachek, had interviewed Prime for it. Well, from there, things get a little bit more interesting. Pete Nakos today dropped an article on it, and he's, of course, Prime's name's on there. But the second reason why this is actually an intriguing one is Jerry Jones is a graduate of Arkansas. He played football at Arkansas. Prime was tied to Jerry Jones and potentially going to the Cowboys for that job, right? Y'all remember hearing about that. And because of that, there is always a possibility that Prime could be, hit up by Jerry Jones about this job now. Because why wouldn't Jerry Jones want his alma mater to get a really good coach? Someone that he knows, he trusts, someone he knows ball. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But do I think that Jerry Jones is going to try to broker a conversation? Absolutely. I think that that's going to happen. I think he's going to push to get that conversation to at least happen. Because I don't think that Prime to Arkansas is a realistic idea. But because of what Jerry Jones has, the money he has, look, Arkansas just got Calipari from Kentucky. Their money people are in on Arkansas being good. They got the Waltons, the Walmart people, Jerry Jones, right? Like the list of people that could put into the pot a lot higher than you think. And so them going after Prime is not unrealistic, but it ain't going to happen. They're not going to win it. So I don't expect this to go down, but it is definitely something noteworthy to talk about. Hence why I'm talking about this now, is because Prime is going to be in demand. Regardless of how good or bad the season is, we knew that this season was going to be a potential shift, like a change of the guards. And that's all because what? You lost the Heisman Trophy winner and one of the best quarterbacks in college football. So now you got to rebuild it. And I think they can. They'll get to that point. But the one thing to remember is this. Prime and them was cooking. They're cooking there in Colorado, and they're a team to beat, a team that people want to be like. And so expect this conversation to happen a lot. Don't buy into it, though, because I'm still in the belief that everything he said about Colorado, he loves. I don't think the NFL is calling him right now as far as his higher calling, as he would say. So I think that he's not going to go to the NFL anytime soon. I don't think that another job like Arkansas will be the one that would sway him. If I did have a concern, Florida State would be. I'm going to be honest. But I don't think Norvell's going anywhere. They're having a good season right now. And his buyout's way too high for now. So Prime turns this around a second time, which he will. I'd say in the next 2 years, you're going to hear way more conversations. But Prime has too much power here in Colorado. And that's something that a lot of coaches don't like giving up. And he's doing it his way. So what do y'all think? Hop in the comments. We want to hear y'all's thoughts. Speaking of what Prime and his power is, recruiting is starting to look good. Prime had some visitors, and we got to talk about them, because if things go right, there's a possibility Colorado could do something that you fans have been wanting to happen, which is really hit the high school ranks hard while also supplementing well with the transfer portal. Talk about that in the next video, so make sure you hit the like, subscribe, bell notification so you don't miss that one. And shout out to Sleeper. If you're not using them for daily fantasy sports, you're missing out. Use our promo code PRIMETIME, and they will match your first deposit at 100% on your first $100. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper Terms for details, and we'll chop it up soon.